Good morning. I would like to thank to the Wave Energy Center this kind of invitation and the opportunity to be here today. We are quite glad to share some the main views on this sector and the opportunities within the government strategy regarding the use of the offshore resources. As you have already heard today by our Minister of Environment, there is, let's say, general concern to use and to provide this potential in order to reduce environmental impacts and climate change. But not only that, we have in General Directorate for Energy and Geology, we have a very particular and good view on this issue, because we manage also the use of geological and hydrocarbons resources in our country, and it is a fact that there is a very balanced concern in order to provide the adequate and efficient use of all these resources. Regarding the use of energy resources, that's the main issue here today. I would like to stress the pilot zone that is being developed, and I would like to highlight some the main legal pieces of the framework of this project. It was born in 2005. In 2008, the basic legal regime was established by the Decree Law 5/2008, and more recently there were some developments regarding the type of investments that are eligible within the concession of this project. And why? Because things changes, and we were faced with the need to develop the general framework of the concession in order to provide more flexibility to this infrastructure. I would like to highlight some clarification that was needed to do regarding the concept of starting costs of the pilot zone, which was clarified in the beginning of this year, and as well the works that we are in hands by now regarding the enlargement of the framework of this pilot zone that in the beginning was limited to wave energy. By the time being, we are working in order to settle a framework that allow to connect different technologies related with the sea and not specifically wave energy. Another issue that is quite relevant and okay, thank you. Important issue that was already mentioned today also is the cable that was not included in the framework of the pilot zone. So going ahead, and I think everybody here or some of the players are interested in understand the way that is being defined to the remuneration of projects. This is the state of the art today, and with the recent publication of the basic law of the electric sector, the former framework was revoked, and by the time being we can see the remuneration scheme mainly devoted to the pilot zone, which kept the regime established by the Decree Law 2008, and which divides the projects in demonstration and commercial and pre-commercial projects. I'm going to go further in the presentation. I think we will have the opportunity to provide some explanations. I would like also to stress the one particular issue that is very important under the energy strategy. As you know, Portugal is facing serious economic and financial difficulties, and the energy strategy is being adjusted to this reality today. There is a basic principle which is provide the adequate remuneration for the energy projects based on their maturity, and this is the traditional way of supporting through the electricity and energy tariff. But this principle must be complemented with a very important mechanism, which is the use of a lot of complementary resources that are available for this kind of projects. And this is good not only for the electric system, the electric consumer, but also for the promoters, for the investors that are interested in this kind of technologies, because it reduces the uncertainty and the risk regarding the benefit coming from the tariff, which is dependent, of course, of the generation. And in a demonstration project, the ability and the availability of such a project is one of the main sources of uncertainty.
I think that after with the conversation we can proceed as well with your explanation.
To finish, this is more or less what I have just said. We can speak later on the national plan for renewables and how these kind of technologies are articulated within that plan. Thank you very much.
Okay, and now we have here two other speakers that will be speaking on the side of investors. So they are the most probably waiting for speakers of these panels. Teresa Fernandes, please. Teresa Fernandes worked in ICEP with the strategic marketing, ICEP, the Portuguese trade office, and nowadays is working at Portugal Ventures, which is the venture company, venture fund of public funding in Portugal.
Thank you. Good morning, all. I would like to first starting to thank to WaveC and the Norway Embassy for promoting this seminar and for inviting Portugal Venture to be here. I would like to start presenting the company as it was established in June 2012. It was the result of the merger of three of the most representative venture capital and private equity in Portugal. It was ICEP Capital, Innov Capital and Turismo Capital. So the government decided to merge these three companies. And we are, at the moment, we manage 26 venture funds, circa 180 portfolio of companies that were from the three previous companies. One of them is Wind Plus and the Wind Float project that was presented here. And we have circa 600 million euros under management and 140 funds available to invest. The reform that was done in the private sector, in the venture capital and private equity sector, was based in 5 principles. One is global. We want to invest in companies that want to compete globally. We have to focus, as you know, the adjustment process that Portugal is living. The companies has to find markets abroad. So one of the very important issue that we analyze when we receive projects is to see what are the potential markets for the projects that are presented. And the other principle is that we need to be sustainable. So the projects that we invest has to have return on investment in order to new projects to be financed and to be funded. So it's very important to when we analyze the project, we have to find and we analyze how the money that we invest will be returned and how we can exit, how we can sell the company or to a competitor or to other companies in the market in order to return the investment that we made. The other principle that was very important for this reform is to be dynamic, and when you say dynamic is we need to develop and to promote the ecosystem, so to work the agents that are already in place, so with the universities, with the incubators, with the accelerators that are already very active in the Portuguese space, and as I will present afterwards, we have designed a program to work with them as a partners in order to have a deal flow, a continuous deal flow to have projects that are very innovative in terms of scientific outcome, to have also economic output. So, and that's a very important issue. And when we say dynamic, it's not only work with the ecosystem, but also work with the companies that we invest. It is a very big issue for us, is to proactively work with the companies in order to challenge them and also to provide them the competence in terms of market, in terms of networking, in terms of the whole business knowledge that we have, so that they go very quickly to the market, because time to market is very important. So we work very closely with the companies that are already in our portfolio, so that we can have the return. The other, and the fourth principle, and not the last one, we want to be specialized. So to to leverage the knowledge of the companies and to have a good analysis of the projects that we invest, we have to know the markets, and we have to know very well where we invest in order to leverage that investment. And finally, that is very important also, we want to be accountable. We need to present to our shareholders, not only public but also private, because several banks participate in our funds. We have to provide the results for their investment. So here is the main goal. It's to open Portugal, so to bring international and foreigner investment, and also to promote the Portuguese companies where we invest abroad. So it's to have a very open economy. We have 4 strategic investment areas. One is the seed innovation. It is where we invest in early stage projects. In this area, what we did is to design a program to work with the partners that are already in place, so accelerators, incubators. The project was called the Call for Entrepreneurship. Maybe you have heard it had a lot of knowledge, and it was very speaked, and the results were fantastic. It by far exceeded our expectation. The open was the Call for Entrepreneurship was open during 1 month, and we received
as well to conclude your presentation.
And we received 150 projects. I will quickly say these 4 areas. So we are in the early stage in venture capital, that is already for startups, private equity, very large companies, and tourism and leisure entities. And this one is the last one. It's just to say that we have the ambition and the perseverance to go further, to face new challenge alongside the entrepreneurs, to overcome the obstacles and taking Portugal to the world and the world to the Portugal. Thank you.
And I will now give the floor to Geir Uwe Kisbo, comes from Investinor, investment fund company from Trondheim in Norway. You have the floor.
Thank you for the introduction. I'm very glad to be back here in Portugal. I have a long-term love affair with Portugal. I was previous president of a quite known company in Norway called Q-Free. And here in Portugal, it was branded by our client, Brisa, as Via Verde technology. So I guess also you Portuguese know that company quite well. But now I don't work with technology directly anymore. I work with investments. So I will go shortly through Investinor in 5 minutes, I understand. Which is, I will try, and thank you for Teresa introducing venture capital. So we are an early stage investor, we are a direct investor into Norwegian companies directly. And what our company do is we take an investment, take a board position, and develop the companies together with the management, which is quite normal, of course, in what we call in venture capital and private equity. We have close to €500 million under management, as actually mainly cash paid into our company by the Norwegian government. So we are part of what should I say, the wealth generated by the blue economy, mainly oil and gas. Most of it's still available in cash, actually. I will explain a little bit later why so much money is still available for investments. We are evergreen structure. It means that we are a limited company, manage this as equity in our company. So what we invest in, what we say in macro value drivers, is that industries with competitive advantage, and we say also deployment of strategic natural resources. That's our main issue maybe. And technology and scalable businesses, and of course technology that maintains sustainable deployment of natural resources. And I think if you see our portfolio now, the company we have invested in so far, I think last 60-70%, has something to do with offshore, either oil and gas, fish, and so on. I will show you that later on. So this is just a short picture which phase we invested in. We do not either invest in the valley of death. Unfortunately, many want us to invest there, but Investinor is a commercial investor. So we require full returns on our monies. So we invest in the phase where the technology risk is mainly taken, and the technology is going to introduce to the market. So this is our portfolio so far. On the left side there, you see oil and gas technology, meaning drilling and high-tech deep sea technology. On the second there, we see renewable. This was the largest investment we had, but we had to actually take some exits there. Unfortunately, the private investors are running away, really running away from renewable, either on sea, on shore, everywhere. So here is a red ocean, unfortunately now. It's very red. And of course it's the Chinese companies who take the lead now. But we still have a lot of investment in tech when it comes to offshore wind, for example. We have some engineering, but we do mainly technology investments. And of course we seek investment in renewable which have low capex, which is a challenge again. I won't go through the whole portfolio. We have aquaculture is a big one, maritime technology for chip, and so on. So this is the companies we have invested in so far, 27 companies. So here is some example. Farming, fish farming we do. Here's a halibut. It's a flat fish on a flat screen. So here is a renewable on offshore. It's a technology for a wind turbine we do. And of course oil and gas. This is the reason behind the monies we are inviting. So and biotech in aquaculture is quite big for us. So this is actually fish farming, how to use fish milt in fish farming as you do in agriculture. So a little bit short about the challenges. So Norway is a booming economy. So we are blessed with this wealth from oil and gas. And I apologize, this slide is in Norwegian for those who haven't noticed yet, but it's in Norwegian. But I explain shortly. The black one on the top is gross investment in oil and gas. And the yellow one is gross investment in real estate in Norway. So you don't even see the financial crisis there. So even since the financial crisis is boosting the investment level. However, on other industries and shipping, is two on the lowest there. You don't see any growth at all. So this picture is telling that all private investors go on oil and gas and real estate. That's a big challenge operating in innovation in Norway as of today. And this has the market directive, investor directive to say, because as a public investor, we are disciplined by private capital. We cannot set the market as a government investor. So we are disciplined by private capital always. So we always syndicate with private investors. So this is how it's looked as venture in early phase investment in Norway so far. Here you can see this is a gross. The black one is gross all investment on onshore in Norway. On national level, you see a little bit financial crisis, then flatten out, grow again. The red one is venture capital investment in Norway. You see still falling after financial crisis. And even with Investinor being a new big player in the venture capital market, still falling, which is alarming for us, of course, at least for the next generations coming up. We have a lot of international co-investors. We invest in international companies, Norwegian-based international companies. So in international co-investors, we have a lot of them. Just short, since also Portugal Venture is here, this is a big report, how government venture capital can facilitate the market. They say that the World Economic Forum, they say that it's the best performance on venture capital is where government is present but not dominant. And that is actually the model Investinor is working after. So short, if you want any reaction with the Norwegian companies and at least as investment, Investinor is the right place to come. We have good overview of everything happening in, I would say, in Nordic countries, both on renewable and also raising funds. So, was that good on timing? Yeah.
Just a bit over the time, but
Okay.
still acceptable.
Of course. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.